All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at another small aircraft. This is the Diamond DV20. Now, when I think of Diamond, originally this is what my first encounter with these particular aircraft were in the real world, and that's in the little tiny two-seater, which we basically used. It was a good old-fashioned DA20, not one of these fancy DV20s or anything like that. It was just, oh man, was it slow. But you had to be kind of careful with it because it just did not slow down. So it's kind of an interesting kind of combination of contradictions there. All right, as far as the interior goes, oh yeah, this looks familiar. Looks like a traditional general aviation panel. I've got a simple little thing for trim in the middle. Yes, that actually has detents for it, which I think is absolutely crazy. Obviously, unless you're very thin, you're not going to be fitting in the back seat of this thing at any time. Looking at all the controls, we've got the basic stuff for instrument flight. Everything's ready to go. Oh, it's making me a little crazy. Boop, boop. Ah, much better. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. Go ahead and cancel out my park and brake. Give myself a little bit of thrust here, and off we go. Oh yeah. Now the front wheel on this thing, believe it or not, the version we had, it was a DA20, did not have the steering ability. It actually just free-castered, which was incredibly sketchy. Now if you're looking for a good training plane, this is a pretty solid choice. Basically, you're powered by a Continental 240. You're going to get about 125 horsepower, which puts you in the same exact class as the Cessna 152, essentially. The aircraft has about a 550 nautical mile range if you're looking for something like that. But again, I don't think I want to be sitting in this little teeny tiny hot box for that long. But again, it's pretty nice. Currently, we just took off from George Charles. This is St. Lucia. This is in the Caribbean. I've never been to St. Lucia myself, so I can't speak to the veracity, but kind of looking at the way the general trees and everything kind of lay themselves out, it does look familiar. I appreciate the fact that they're actually palm trees and everything along those lines. As far as this aircraft goes, it kind of reminds me a bit of a Tomahawk. That's one of the Piper aircraft. It's kind of a shame there are no Piper aircraft in this version of Flight Simulator, but I imagine at some point we'll probably see some in the marketplace. St. Lucia and St. Kitts, you have kind of a similar little arrangement as far as taking off and landing and everything like that goes. Go ahead and straighten myself out just a little bit here. It's looking pretty darn good. Oh yeah, this is definitely not going to win any races anytime soon, but at the same time, as far as stability goes, this is pretty good. We'll put it through its paces in just a moment. I want to give myself just a little bit of altitude. I love the fact that if you actually take a look at my airspeed indicator, I think that's the first airspeed indicator I've ever experienced that has kph inside of knots. Just gives you an idea of where this aircraft, is basically sold and developed. That's just amazing because, internationally, knots is a pretty commonly used unit. As far as this aircraft goes, not bad for training. I don't know that I'd use it for instrument flying. I'm kind of looking at all the controls. I should probably back the power back a little bit. I've been kind of working a little bit hard there. This is a constant speed propeller aircraft. You can actually see that as I'm adjusting it. You can see my RPM coming down. Now I've got it about 23. I'll reduce my manifold pressure a little bit too. All right, let's go ahead and put this aircraft through its paces. I just want to take a look real quick. Yeah, looks good, looks good. All right, the version we had did not have a constant speed propeller. It was a fixed pitch. Like I said, it was one of the older ones. I do appreciate the fact that the instrumentation is a little bit more traditional. All right, now if I remember right, when this thing stalls, it just sort of stops flying. It's like fly, fly, just kidding. Is it still going to do it? There's the buffet. And down we go, and it drops a wing. Ah, that's a real stall. I love it. Oh, that was nice. Let's go ahead and do a departure stall now. Go ahead and pull the nose up. Pretend we're climbing into space. Man, did I hate doing these in the real world. This is like my least favorite thing in the world to do. Love the visibility from this plane. Pull up. Oh, no, there's the spin. Pair. Yep, that is exactly what happens. Oh, man, that's fun. Oh, I remember. Oh, just give me a little bit of goosebumps there, kind of just remembering what this thing's like. Let's go ahead and put this thing down on the ground. Again, I'm not going to do a complete traffic pattern or anything crazy. I haven't done it so far. Why should I start doing it now? But I absolutely love what they did with the terrain here. It's pretty good. I've adjusted my graphic settings a lot, trying to get things a little bit smoother. So I lost a little bit of the density, but still, it's really, really impressive. All right, pull that nose up just a little bit. I'm going to go actually put all my flaps down. I love these. These flaps are so tiny, and they just kind of bunk. All right, go ahead and spin us around here. Looking good, looking good. Oh, man, this is... I can't believe how tight this thing can turn. Yeah, look at that runway, that gigantic number 9er. Oh, approaching runway 9er. Oh, you can get airliners in here, no problem. We're going to take up about 75% of our runway here. I believe there's something in the runway. I've actually disabled traffic for this. I'm not sure what I'm looking at, but if I'm not mistaken, that's a van. Sir. Excuse me, sir. You can't park your van there, sir. Of course, I'm just going to go ripping by him real quickly here. Pull the nose up. Oh, man, you could just like get out and walk alongside this thing. It comes at such a low speed. 40 knots. Here comes the kadunk. And we are on the ground. Awesome. Yeah, definitely have to experiment with this. I like stuff a little bit faster for the purposes of training, but this will definitely work pretty well for you. Enjoy.